This is the second take.
Second take, take two.
Take two.
Hi, my name's Virgine, and that's Charlie.
Right there.
And this is episode 16 of Yarn and Glass. And Yarn and Glass is a podcast about yarn and fiber related things, and also the glass part, which is mosaics, and also in the between there's shop talk, Charlie's shop talk,
They get to
which
talk
we
about.
have a segment on that
Yeah.
this time too. You can find me on social media as Mosaics by Virgine on Instagram, Facebook, and Etsy. I have an Etsy shop, and
Other
what else?
places. Well, how long have we been in suspension here?
Yes, today is September 16th, 2020. Let's
Right.
just throw away 2020 and go to another year. But it is day 186 of our seclusion.
And you can tell that we're fine. Nothing's
Oh,
bothering
yeah,
us.
no.
We're just perking
so
along.
happy.
We're happy
to do
guys.
take two, and
You know,
we're just,
let me
we
tell 'em
have
a
all
little-
the time in the world.
Let me
you
tell
know?
a little story here, real quick. You know, we started this thing. We went through quite a bit of it, and I had it on taking pictures.
Yes, you did.
So that version,
but I am not unhappy
This is a much right. This is a much better version than the first version. I
because
can
it's
tell.
a video. Yeah,
This is a video.
You're doing
because you don't
really
want to just look at
good.
pictures.
you're doing really good. Okay.
Okay, back
So
forward. All
this is day 186 of our time in seclusion, and we have actually started venturing out a little bit.
We have.
Which, you know, we go to UPS now and then.
We did.
We go. We went to Costco, which was
We
like
did. That was exciting.
Nirvana. It was pretty fun.
We got shots, which
We
all
got
you
our
should
flu
get.
shots.
I bet you get a flu shot.
We did get our flu shots, and yeah, we are heading to Texas pretty soon. So there's that. But that's
We're prepared.
another story.
So,
Anyway,
what are you up to anyway? Show us what you're up
this
to.
episode, I'm going to do a little bit of knitting projects that I just want to show a couple things that I've been doing, and then we've got a little shop talk because a little thing that Charlie and I are kind of doing together, and mosaics. I've been planning for a while to do a segment called Photographs to Mosaics. That I really like mosaicing my own photographs, and I've been doing that a long time, but I've really lately started doing it more. So I wanted to show kind of the progression. I think I have about 16 that I can remember. That I have the photograph, either the photograph. Well, I have the photograph of the photo. I mean, I have a photograph, and then I have either a photograph of the mosaic because he's gone, or the actual mosaic, or the mosaics in Texas.
It's impressive.
So
it's
I want to
impressive.
show a little bit of the progression
Sure.
about that, and that's the episode. So right now, I'm going to show a couple of knitted things. Last episode, I showed a little square.
There it is, right
A
there.
little square. I mean,
Little
it's
green
very
square.
small. There's my hand.
Yeah.
It's a very
Very,
small
very
crocheted square.
Baby
And
square.
it's the Battenberg blanket. And I said, this is going to be a blanket someday.
Right.
Which, made me laugh. It's by Sandra Paul. The pattern's by Sandra Paul. It's a free pattern. And I am slightly addicted to this blanket. And here's all the squares I've made. And that's not all of
OMG,
them,
look at
because
that.
some of them are
Holy
attached.
mackerel, all different colors. And,
I know.
very,
It is
pretty.
so fun, and it just
Yeah.
uses
Whoa.
like 5 grams or less of yarn, so it's really using up some of the scraps. So I've started, and the I always say it wrong. The Battenberg blanket is named after a cake in the UK that is kind of like checkerboard.
right.
And it's white cake, I think, in between the checkerboard. So the blanket is meant to be the colored squares with white all in between. But I, being a person that doesn't follow rules, I decided to do it in black.
Let me get close up. See, I like that. That's
And it's going to
really-
be like a stained glass window, And it's gonna go
Wow.
rainbow colors, so this is the blue to, there's purple starting over here.
Yeah, I got
But
you.
I'll do a lot of blue and a lot of purple. I just have attached some of them because it's fun to attach them. And
That's
this is
pretty.
red to orange.
I've got a question for you. You got all those little holes going through in different directions, I guess.
They're like little chain twos. It's a crochet.
It's
It's
a
it's a
crocheting
very
thing?
simple,
Way of
kind
doing
of
it?
granny square type square
Cool.
that is crocheted in a, start with a little tiny circle and you crochet 3 rows and you're done.
Cool.
Yeah, but the corners give
Yeah.
you when you do the corners of the squares, you're chaining 2 in the corners, and that's what makes the hole. So you
Okay.
end up with a little star pattern. But so I'll have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple
Okay.
throughout, and I think it's not going to be a bed-size blanket. That would be insane. But it's gray couch like this. Yeah, I think
It'll
it'll
look
look
nice, yeah,
cool on
across
the
the
back
whole
of
thing.
this couch.
Yeah,
So it won't
I
be.
think so.
It'll be a throw eventually
Okay.
someday. So that's
Cool.
the Battendorf.
Bettendorf. I like that.
Bettendorf.
Okay.
Bettendorf
Good old
blanket.
Bettendorf.
The other thing, I'm going to put a video here because I started a cowl called the Mosaic cowl, Mosaic Falls cowl. And I think it was last episode or the episode before I'm going to show a little clip of that.
Okay,
Here.
right here. Okay.
On, and I have a lot. So there's that. But this was one of them, and I thought I'd show this because this is called the Mosaic cowl.
Oops.
And I thought I'd make it scrappy and get rid of lots of scraps, and that's fun. But it's too wide, I think, for a cowl. I really want it to be about like half.
So you wrap it up like around your neck?
Yeah, and I'm going to double wrap it, so
Double wrap it?
it'll be
Wow.
double, and it'll be too much this width. I mean, it's pretty. I like it.
That's really
And
cool.
it's a lot of work. I really like the pattern. It's a free pattern, Mosaic cowl. I am taking out the needles, and guess what I'm doing? What's that called?
Frogging it?
Frogging it. I'm frogging it.
Picked up a few words.
And
in there.
why is the word frogging?
Because you gotta rip it?
Exactly. Rip
Oh,
it, rip
tree.
it, rip it. Wow. So that's going to be a real pain to frog because it's so many colors. But I am going to do it. That'll be good TV time. So that's just silliness. But I'm going to start it over, and it's going to be half of this. So which will be a lot faster. So you saw that I frogged it because I hated it because it was too wide.
Yeah.
So since that episode, I have made a long skinny
Oh, cool.
Mosaic. And what my plan
Yeah.
is, and I did it all in blues and blacks. And it's again all scraps.
That's all scraps.
This is really a fun pattern.
Oh,
But
it's
what
really-
I want
really
it
pretty too,
to
actually.
be,
Yeah.
it will eventually attach at the end. I want it to go around my neck twice and be slightly loose. So I have maybe 6 more inches to go. So
Okay.
not much. So I'm kind of excited about it, and this has also been fun to make.
Cool.
So Mosaic Falls by, I even know this, well, I don't know it, Jenny Nashme and Patty Waters, and also a free pattern.
Okay.
Yay. Yay, free
Okay. I
patterns.
couldn't do that. You know that, don't you? I can
No,
never
you
do
probably
detail
couldn't.
work like
You
that.
probably couldn't do it, no.
But let me.
And those 2 things, along with the 31 other projects over there that I have, keeps me
Very
busy
busy.
when we are sitting down and taking a
We're
TV break.
sitting down for big chunks of time these days too,
Chunks.
are we?
Little chunks,
Spread through.
often.
Can
So-
I pan up now?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't forget what you've been working on over here.
I know, it's on the wall.
It's on
Kansas.
the wall. It's Kansas, and
Kansas is coming along.
it's coming along.
Yeah, there's more ground.
Yeah.
I'm
Look at
gonna,
that.
when it comes down next time, I'm gonna finish the sky.
I remember when I was a little baby Kansas.
I know. It's
Yeah.
I actually don't even mind it half done on the wall. I'm
it's-
kind of enjoying it. And this wall was
Looks
like
like
perfect.
snow. It looks like it snowed enough.
Well, the wall was perfect for it, so
Yeah, it's a good
that's
place.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so onward to Shop Talk.
Shop Talk. That's me. Whoa.
Talk.
This
Yeah.
is Shop Talk.
So, we live in this,
What, mid-century modern house.
Right.
Okay.
And it has these windows up
Yeah,
here.
see, up
Lots
here, I'm
of
pointing
them.
right at them, right there and over there.
Right. And the problem is, in the morning, the sun comes through that second window, I believe.
It does, right there.
Yeah,
And this is the east
it
over
hits
here.
you in
Rises
the,
in the east. And
hits
it's
you in the eye.
Hits you right in the eye. Comes right out here and hits you right
Comes
over here.
right into the kitchen.
Bad.
So, we're gonna go into the garage and show you what Charlie's doing, and it's gonna be a mixture of Charlie and me.
Are you on?
Yeah.
We're on, okay, we're live. The challenge of this is I want to make a frame that's a mid-century, that fits the windows, because it'd be mid-century modern, and Virginie can put something in there that's fairly cool and maybe has some really pretty glass, and the sun will shine through the glass.
Right.
So besides blocking a little bit of the sun, you're gonna get all these beautiful colors and
Right.
stuff.
So we're not gonna do a traditional stained glass.
No.
We're gonna do a mosaic, but it's gonna be glass on glass.
So this is what I came up with.
So he built this cool frame that fits into the window.
This is an oak frame, and we're gonna stain it.
Oh man, the garage is a mess. Yeah.
And my God, the garage is a mess. Okay, do not look at the garage, what do you guys do? So anyway, we're gonna do, this is oak, it's a hardwood.
Yeah, you see how it's,
See, it's got the angle. See,
Shaped
just angle,
with
the
the
window and the angle, this is
Yeah.
the same, it's great.
so we're gonna
stuff.
get clear glass and put clear glass
here
in
and
it.
here.
We're gonna get it tomorrow.
And it's routed
And
out
then,
to hold the glass, see
Yeah.
back here?
yep, you're
Routed
gonna put the
out.
glass in, and then I think I'm gonna, well, I know I'm gonna draw something.
Yeah.
I think it might be a sun with long spokes,
Would be great.
long
Would be
sun
really
rays,
cool.
which will kind of put a rainbow on the floor, I think.
Yeah, we have high hopes.
We're
for that.
hoping, yeah, we're
High
hoping.
hopes.
That'd
But
be
anyway,
cool.
this sucker is gonna be really good. We're gonna hang it from
We're gonna
chains up there.
put chains with hooks,
And if we get really crazy, we might even make another one, but that might be too much
yes.
for the other window. But this one
Right.
is gonna go, and I'm gonna test the colors on a piece of the same kind of wood, the stain, I should
So
say.
you're gonna stain it
I'll
kind
stain
of a
different colors, see
orange
what looks
color
the best.
to go with
Probably
the,
orange, yeah.
go with the decor.
And you can see how the garage is all set up.
It's
As
really
always, it's a mess.
great, yeah, no.
But it's my mess. I like it.
Yeah, well, one car garage,
One
your
car
shop,
garage.
storage, quarantine table,
Quarantine
we
table.
got
some, see a nice
everything
wood I
in
got?
here.
See all the pretty wood?
Yeah,
This may be cut out of the story, but look at this wood.
I know,
Isn't that nice?
I
We're probably gonna
know.
do some stuff with this too. This is really
yeah.
pretty.
We got that from a friend in Texas,
Yeah, a whole bunch of these really nice
yeah,
pieces.
whose husband would make, violins, correct?
Yeah, violins.
Yeah,
And
and it's gorgeous.
I'll show you one more piece. And Shop Talk will be over. I think that's, see this wood here?
It's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
I love that. It's like a painting.
Yeah, it is. Or this is real. I mean, this is the real deal.
It's like a
It's
painting.
really beautiful. So
It
we're gonna
is.
see what we do with this.
So, but yeah, but in the meantime,
Right.
you're staining today.
I'm gonna stain today. I'm gonna get that looking good, and we're gonna get some glass for it. And
Yeah.
you're gonna do glass on glass.
I know, I'm kind of excited about it.
Yay, Shop Talk. This is Shop Talk.
All right, so you made the frame, right?
Yeah, I made the frame.
And
that was on
then
the
you
last
came
time.
into the studio with this piece of wood and you let me choose. Well,
This is always a smart thing to do, because
Yeah.
what you want to do is you get the same kind of wood and you try different colors on it,
right, that's fun.
because that way you kind of get an idea
Hold it
what would
straight
look
up.
better. Hold it
There.
straight. I'm gonna hold it straight up.
Oh, way high, okay, not that high, it's.
Down here. Here
there.
it is.
Okay, so I had a choice between gray, a brown, maybe walnut, and kind of an orangey brown.
Okay, everybody
And-
guess what color she chose.
We both chose the same color. And
Okay.
it was, where's the frame?
Oh, frame's up
Da-da,
against the
da-da.
wall here. Let me, you
Oh,
want me
there
to
it
move
is. The frame, we chose the gray, because there's a lot of gray in the house. And that will go good with the sun. Yeah, and
So
there it is.
that turned out pretty good, I think.
Yay.
Yeah, it looked nice with a lot
Yeah.
of colors. What colors are you gonna use on this?
Yellow and orange,
So it's like the sun's
light
gonna be here.
blue, yeah. The
that
sun will
light
be in
blue,
on the skinny part,
Go like that.
and the
down
rays
there,
will come out, yeah.
and it'll hang up.
And there'll be
fairly
long,
high.
very skinny rays
Yeah,
coming out.
I think it.
I think it's
it'll
gonna be cool, and
beautiful.
it'll be sideways, of course.
Yeah,
Okay, very cool.
I like that.
All right.
So that's the end of
Next.
Shop Talk, right?
You won't see that for a while because we're gonna we're not gonna take that to
No.
Texas with us.
So
But
it'll be a while. We'll show it to you sometime.
we're in the studio now, and we're gonna actually walk around and with some of these mosaics that I have on the walls all around the house.
Yeah, so you can see.
But this is the
yeah.
photograph to mosaics. Don't look at the studio because it's a mess. I've been sewing. I made 3 tops, 2 caftans,
Hey.
2 caftans, and a ton of kitchen
I have a
things.
question.
Yeah.
Have you made me anything?
No.
Oh,
Okay,
Right.
you ready?
Okay, go.
All right. So this was probably the first time that I did a photo.
Yeah, nice photo.
This is a photo of a water lily on Big Turtle
Big
Lake,
Turtle Lake,
in
uh-huh.
Bemidji, and where there were water lilies every year. They were gorgeous, and I made this mosaic, which is long sold, long gone.
Yeah, that was one of your first deals.
Water lily.
Water
So
lily.
that was the first time I did that.
Yeah.
Later on, a little bit later on, I did a commission of I think it's a husky, a dog, our neighbor's relative, and I can't find the original photo, but this is him.
Yeah, that's on a table.
It's on a table,
Yeah.
yes. They wanted a table.
Yeah, they want a table. That's
So that was another one.
Uh-huh.
This is Darth Peepers, and it is a real chicken that lives in Indiana. Joanna Spring of Knit Spin Farm gave me permission to mosaic him, and after I mosaicked him, I mosaicked him. That's the photograph. After I mosaicked him, our son and daughter-in-law said that our daughter-in-law's father, their in-laws, his in-laws, really loved this mosaic, and so they wanted to give it to him for Christmas, and I traded the mosaic to them to give to their father-in-law, excuse me, for an amazing sewing table that Ben built, a custom-made
Yeah.
sewing table that is
Beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous. So this is Darth Peepers.
You know, that's one of your best starts. I mean,
This
You
was
kinda see
when
your-
I kind of started the detail,
more detail.
the detail
more
of
detail.
birds.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So
I
that's
like
Darth Peepers, and
There's
he
Darth
lives
Peepers.
in Austin. And when we were in Houston, and we saw this van,
that. Yeah.
VW van. Well, I think it's VW. Maybe it isn't.
Oh, it's a VW.
Yeah, it is. It's VW.
Yeah.
And it gave me more of an inspiration. I didn't exactly mosaic this van. I kind of made up my own van and my own decorations, but it was inspired by that photograph. And here's the van. He also
Boy,
he's in,
yeah,
he
there you
seemed
go.
I think he's in Texas. I know he's in Texas.
Yeah, that's cool. I always like that. Yeah, that's good.
We were at a
Art show.
show in LaPorte,
At a
Minnesota,
winery.
at a winery.
That
Yes.
is a good place to have
it's
an
a
art show.
good-
That
It's
was
a really
place.
good place to have an art show.
God.
Not only was yarn wasn't flowing, but wine was
One was
flowing.
flowing, and people after a while would come around, and they were
They
just
would
really
buy
ready to
stuff.
buy stuff.
First they'd come around and they'd look,
Look,
and
yeah.
then they had a bottle of wine and they came back. It was a wonderful show. Plus they allowed us to buy
Cases.
at
cost.
cost. Yes.
And they fed us.
The
Can we go back there?
It was so good.
Oh, well,
They were,
okay.
and they fed us like a 5-course dinner. The artists, they're so good to
They're
their
good
artists.
people.
Anyway, this man, I hate to show him, but I'm going to show him anyway.
We're just showing
He
the
gave me
dog.
permission to take this photograph. This man came into my booth, and he was carrying this dog, and I said, "Could I take a picture of your dog?" And he said, "Sure." Her name is Gracie. So, and I was hoping the following year he would come back and buy Gracie the winery dog.
But,
But he
Gracie,
didn't.
Gracie sold anyway.
No, I think we still own him.
No, I think we sold it.
No, we sold the other dog,
It must be the
Winter Sweater.
The wine must have got to my
We
head.
sold Winter Sweater.
Oh, it's a different
I think
dog.
we still have Gracie. But Gracie, Gracie's cute.
Cute.
But yeah, he never showed up. Again, Knit Spin Farm. She gave me. She allowed me to do one more of her animals. This is, I think her name is Martha.
Mm-hmm.
And I named the mosaic, which you can pan in over there on the wall.
I'm going to pan. Don't look at the...
I named the mosaic Sheep at the
Whoa,
Gate.
we're going around here.
Sheep at the Gate is one of my
This is
favorite
kinda-
mosaics. It's in my top 5. I love this sheep so much.
It's a little, I guess.
And he will never be sold.
That's sheep at the
Sheep
gate.
at the
A lot
gate.
more, a lot more detail with your.
Yeah, a lot of little
fur.
tiny white pieces.
I'm panning back now.
Many tiny white pieces. Okay,
Okay.
this one, we had an exchange student for a year from Estonia. And after she went home, a couple years later, we visited her in Estonia, and she and her family took us all around Estonia. But we visited her grandmother's cottage in another town, and I went out in the garden at one point, and I took this photograph
Nice photograph.
of some of her flowers. She had a beautiful garden. And so when Evelyn got married a year or so ago, maybe a year and a half ago, we couldn't get to the wedding. It was in January, and we
In
just
Estonia.
yeah, in
And
Estonia.
it's
Yeah, and we just knew we couldn't do it, and I wanted to send her something special, so I mosaicked that from that photograph of grandmother's garden, and I named it in Estonian in Estonian grandmother's garden, and she said she was extremely touched by it.
Really pretty.
Because I think her grandmother had just passed away,
Yeah.
and so she was extremely touched
That's
by
really
it. I love
your
this.
work did start getting more detail.
We had this at
here.
a show, not for sale,
Yeah.
and it brought people into the
Yeah,
booth.
they wanted to buy it. and we
They
said,
came
"We
into the
can't,"
booth
yeah.
and said, "Oh, it's not for sale." I said, "No, it's going to Estonia." We had a neighbor in Texas who, a very well-known photographer. I've probably mentioned him before on the
Yeah.
podcast, but his name is Ike Fordyce, and in Wyoming, very well known. He has sold photographs all over.
Yeah.
Done amazing exhibits. Exhibited with Ansel Adams at one point. That's how good he
Guy
is.
is really good.
He
really
has thousands of photographs, and he would get on his computer and just print me huge photographs and say, "Here, mosaic that." And I love him for that. He would just give me his photographs. The first photograph he gave me was this. And this
Yeah.
is Blackwing Stilt. And I just loved this photograph and always wanted to mosaic it, which I did. And here it is. It belongs to our son. It lives in Columbia, Missouri. We call it Stickbird. Some of my mosaics get nicknamed. But
Isn't that nice? I mean, that's really a nice.
I love this. And I've done it, I did it again. Where is it? I did it a second
Oops,
time.
we're losing you.
Well, we'll find it. We'll find it on our walk. It's out in the living room.
We're gonna walk about.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The second, and the photograph, I forgot to print it from the computer. But this is Egret in the Swamp, and there was another photograph of. His name is Alan Fordyce, but they call him Ike.
Yeah, I like the
Egret in the Swamp sold,
Yeah.
so it's gone. But I have the memory. And the other, well, we'll walk around with those. The most recent mosaic that I've done is from this photograph, also Big Turtle Lake, a loon. Every time we went out in kayaks, I loved taking photos of loons. They are so beautiful. And friends of ours wanted that loon to be mosaicked, and they now own this.
Yeah, pretty. The water is really pretty.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I think it's just.
that recently went out.
Yeah, that's
out
really
in the
nice.
mail. Okay, this.
Okay.
Another one that was mainly inspired, but this is our cat sitting in the window with one of my stained glass jars.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do Kitty in the window, and so if you turn
I'm gonna turn
around,
around slowly.
slowly turn around,
Slowly
you will see Kitty in the window.
Kitty in the window.
A different
is
version, different
right,
cat, but
there.
definitely inspired by that photo.
Isn't that
And
nice?
I am actually commissioned to do 2 kitties in the window right now, which
Yeah.
I'm starting to work on.
That's really
A
nice
friend
too.
of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kitties in the windows are happening.
Okay, and so we're
now
back.
we are gonna stop the video
We're
and,
stopped the video because
actually, we're in here, let's do Evelyn.
okay, we're
Okay.
moving now around. This is really a professionally
This is
done
so
thing
bad.
here, so we
Okay,
should know
so,
that. Oh,
this is, when we were in Estonia,
yeah.
we went to Tartu, which is, Tartu, I'm probably saying that wrong,
No, I
Evelyn.
think you're close enough. It's where she went to college.
Where she went to college,
Yeah.
and she was walking down this
That's our Florence
woods,
Ski student.
yeah. And I have a thing about taking people's photos from the back. I
You're
just
crooked. Okay, that's right.
crooked. I'm crooked. You're crooked.
I'm crooked?
Yeah.
Okay, let's vote on who's crooked.
Anyway, I took this picture of her walking. She's carrying a little water bottle. She's got an umbrella. It was raining. There were puddles. I always wanted to mosaic this, and I knew this was a challenge. And I've shown it on the podcast, but here it is again
I'm gonna walk
because
over here.
I like showing it because it's one of my favorites. Again, it's in my top 5. I love, love, love that mosaic. You cannot even say how much I love that mosaic.
A lot.
A lot, yes, a lot.
So,
Okay, so now turn it off. Again in Bemidji, down the road, lived these horses. And we called this, I mosaicked this without the snow and without the horse in the back. So it was just called Horse Down the Road, and here it is. I like him.
you too. It's very nice.
I like his mane and his tail.
Mhm.
So that's Horse Down the Road. This again from Ike Fordyce is Gulls.
Goals.
And I called this one Gulls on the Rocks.
I think that's very appropriate.
Because I used,
I'm going to go around here.
we're going around, because I used real rocks. And there they are. And on that one, I had
Okay,
to bring
oops.
those gulls, I had to put
There
another
it is,
layer
okay.
of glass under those gulls to make them be on top of the rocks instead of buried in the rocks. But that was the first time I used real rocks.
Right?
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
gulls
real
on,
barnwood.
and
frame.
that's real barnwood, yes.
Okay.
Okay, the next one, we were in Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Boy, I hope it's not flooded. But we were
I
on the
mean,
Gulf
right
Shore.
where it's hidden.
That's right where it's hitting.
Yeah.
Gulf Shore, Alabama. We spent a couple of months, a couple of summer months
Couple, yeah. We had a couple
there.
different
Not
times.
month, not summer, March, February.
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 Yeah,
Rates are cheap
rates
before
are cheaper.
spring break.
Yeah, you learn a lot of stuff from this podcast. I tell you.
Anyway, we saw this blue heron on
Mm-hmm.
the beach. I think it was on that national beach.
Yeah, there's
In
a national.
Florida.
It's
Yeah.
well, we're seeing it here.
And so
Over
this
here.
was quite a long time ago. I mosaicked him, and there he is.
Here he is.
Another one of my favorites, blue
Mhm.
heron. He's looking over his shoulder. I really
Okay.
I like him. Okay,
Now where we're going?
we're going right here because this is
Oops, Cold Straight. There we go.
this
Okay,
is
yeah.
a photograph we took on a bike ride in Lawrence, Kansas.
We travel.
Travel. We travel by bike. Yeah, you would think that would be Texas, but it was Lawrence, Kansas.
Yeah.
And I stopped and took a picture of them. And this is the one that I've shown on the podcast. And I call him Freedom because I didn't put the barbed wire in. So I let him be free.
Yeah.
And there he is again in Barnwood.
There he is.
Okay, horse done. Okay.
What else we got?
The second to last one is Girl on the Rocks.
Go to the rocks.
And this is from, what's the name of that town?
Grand Marais.
Grand Marais, Minnesota, up the North Shore.
Beautiful
We
place.
took a really beautiful, it was a beautiful trip up the North Shore. Anyway, I saw this girl, and that she was much more at a distance than this. I mean, she was tiny. This is a blow up of her, an enlargement rather. That sounded bad. Anyway, she was leaning on some rocks and reading a book, and I've shown this, but you know, anyway, I do love. This is again one of my favorite mosaics. Girl on the Rocks, which is actually named "Girl Reading on the Banks
I'm
of
going
Lake
to turn around
Superior."
again.
Girl Reading on the
You
Banks
poor
of Lake
people.
Superior.
Okay.
Doing a little tidying up. Okay,
Sure.
and there she is.
Ooh, that's a little bit of sun, a little bit of
And-
light, but you can get a good idea.
Can you
Yeah,
do it
that's all
from
right, yeah.
angled?
If you see
Yeah,
if you
you've
can
seen
look at
it.
the book, it looks like it's really letters.
Yeah, that's
And
a
the
little
whole thing.
black frit, called a
Yeah.
frit. It's little tiny shards of
And
glass.
real
Real
rocks.
paving rocks, and yeah, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my last photo,
Right.
let me
And
get
get
in
out.
the-
Go
let
this
me
way.
get out. Okay, the last photo, so our friends, Jane and Alan Fordyce, the photographer, they wanted to take a trip to San Antonio to photograph all the missions. And we've spent 3 days?
3, I think.
3 days. I mean, he's a professional photographer, so he had the
All
whole
the
setup.
big time equipment.
He had all the, the black cloth and the big camera on the tripod and the umbrella for lighting. He had the whole deal. And he would set up and take photos, hours.
We enjoyed it though.
No, I mean, it was a long time. So we decided, since we had time on our hands, and we were the drivers, but we were also company. But we decided, okay, so they're taking all these fancy photos. We're gonna do a contest on our own. So we, with our little camera phones, decided to shoot pictures, both of us independently, and we would submit, I think we each submitted 10 to them, and they would choose.
Without identifying
Without
who
identifying.
did what.
Yeah, I mixed them all up.
A true
Gave them 20 photographs.
test.
And I said, okay, we just want first, second, and third place. So, yeah, the results came in, and during the time, and we took some nice pictures.
We did.
Really did. I'm going to insert a few right here. I mean, those were good pictures. They were, they were good.
They were-
I mean, we took some kind of artsy ones and fancy ones, and
I did the best I could.
we did.
I
We
tried.
did good.
I took
But
lots
we-
and-
but at one of the missions, I looked out on the street, and there was a dog sitting in the street in a puddle, laying in the street in a puddle, and the curator said, "Oh, that's a stray. I'm going to have to call again. They just hang out here." I went out there and took a bunch of. He just stayed there. He just stayed lying there, just quiet as could be, just happy to be in his puddle. And I loved that photo of him. And when we gave the 20 photos to our friends, they came back and said, "First place, the dog."
They did, and I was, did I get any other high scores?
I think I got
Most all of
I
them.
think I got them all.
I failed to score.
Yeah, you didn't score at all. But we're gonna go.
We're gonna walk back
This
there?
guy. Here's the photo.
Here's a photo of the dog.
And I've been also wanting to mosaic him because I
Okay.
love him so much. I
Look at that,
really,
yeah, it was,
really love him.
A lot of, it all came together with the reflection and the.
Yeah, and the handicap
Handicap thing on the
sticker,
behind,
the parking
yeah.
sticker behind, which I had struggled with whether to put it in or not, and I ended up
Yeah.
putting it in. Yeah, so we're
I'm
gonna
gonna-
go. We're just gonna walk down the
We're gonna
hall.
walk back here, okay.
Yeah,
Walking down,
I think he's back here.
yeah, he's on, you have to pick him up.
I'm gonna pick him up. So I just finished him, and I'll tell you, you don't know how many times I took glass off,
Ooh,
put glass
let's see,
on.
we're gonna have enough light, I think.
We'll go this way.
I'll go this way.
Here, let me be in
They're
front of
loving
the
this, I
window.
bet.
Are you got
It's
him?
funny, yeah.
So there he is, sitting in his puddle. I changed this bottom gravel 3 times. At first it was, no, did I? Yeah. It was this color gravel. Then it was the street I changed. The street was gravel at first. And I thought, the handicap sticker sign, the painted sign doesn't make sense on a gravel road. So then I thought, well, maybe, I think I tried white to see if I could just do little white tiny shards to make it look like a white whitish streak that looked like snow. So I had to scrape that off, and then I just made it gray. And added the brick on the top with some sand. I added sand and the gravel.
Mhm.
The gravel is just glass that I pound.
Yeah,
I pound to a pulp.
in a garage and pound for a while, and you get
Yes.
you get the gravel. But the detail on that is really, look up close to the face.
I love the dog.
Yeah, look at the face and all that. You didn't grout the
No, I'm not grouting the
you're not
dog.
grouting the dog. So you got
No.
look at all those little pieces. It's kind of
Yeah,
amazing,
I'm
actually.
pretty happy with him. And
So-
he's called Mission Dog,
Mission dog, the winner of the prize.
the winner of the prize.
There you go.
So that's my final photograph for now.
So we should stop
what?
now.
Yes. Well, that ends our episode, and we want to thank you so much for watching. I'm going to put a few photos of a couple of mosaics that I've just made. Lazy Susan, a turtle Lazy Susan that, as I was editing, just sold.
Not bad. Very
Not-
good.
Yeah, excited about that. So we get to take that to UPS tomorrow, and yeah, that's the end. I have my Bloody Mary, which
Where's my Bloody Mary?
is so necessary.
Where's my drink?
It's so necessary. I mean, it's right now it's 6 p.m., but sometimes it's even earlier. But it's a Bloody Mary, so it's allowed, right?
Because it's healthy, right?
Because it's got vegetables in it. And I did want to show you my journal, and this is not because of the pandemic. This is how I've always been. This is my works in progress chart for the month.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, I know about this.
You've seen it.
I've seen it.
And I understand this. This makes total sense to me. Don't ask. Just admire.
Admire. All
I
right.
have one every month. Works in progress and how they're going and what's been done. And yeah. So thank you, and I'll put a couple pictures at the end of a couple things I just made. I made another Hedwig and Lazy Susan. And yeah, thank you for watching. I
Right.
really appreciate it so
Yeah.
much.
Me too. Right.
See you next time.
Bye bye.